Holy Paladin is seeing yet another mini rework in the War Within beta, and you guys have probably already seen it, but I have been on vacation and I have been so excited to get back and show you guys this. And guys, I'll admit it, this is the most excited I've been to play a class in a long time. So, what's happening to Holy Paladin? Well, let's go back in time a bit to Shadowlands when Holy Paladin was very powerful and they would snipe health bars. So when someone drops low, they just holy shock, boom, they're back up to full health. So other healers hated them, don't get me wrong, but the DPS loved having a Holy Paladin in a raid group or in a dungeon because they felt safe. It felt like you can't really die to two-shot mechanics if your Holy Paladin had good enough reaction times. Now let's jump forward in time a bit, which is now to the recent time when we're in Dragonflight, where they tried to introduce a new mechanic and kind of break up this shock healing monotony that is Holy Paladin by introducing Glimmer of Light. And I'll pull it over on screen, but you guys are probably familiar with it. Glimmer of Light, every time that you holy shock an enemy or an ally, you're going to leave behind a glimmer on them. And then any time that you holy shock something else, it's going to reverb a little bit of damage or a little bit of healing onto anyone that has Glimmer. So this basically took a lot of power out of Holy Shock's upfront healing in order to balance it around the hot effect or the healing over time effect that you would get, the value that you would get from healing people with Holy Shock after they had Glimmer on them. This didn't just change how Holy Paladin played and felt, it changed how easy the class was to balance. Before, if Holy Paladin was healing too much, you just tweak the numbers of Holy Shock a bit, tweak the numbers of Word of Glory a bit, and then if they start healing too little, if those don't have an impact enough, you just tweak them back up. But by having to balance these shock spells over how much healing they can do over a 30-second period, it just became a nightmare. And Holy Paladin was either at the top of the meta and dominant and doing so much healing, or at the bottom of the meta and just not doing a lot of healing. And I know people don't like when I talk about metas, but I think it's a good way to display just how rough this spec has been throughout Dragonflight. And yes, like I said, it was very powerful at times, but it was also very weak at times. But what they're doing is they're getting rid of Glimmer of Light, and thus they're getting rid of Daybreak, which played around Glimmer of Light. Now, a lot of people like myself like Daybreak, but they don't like the Glimmer of Light mechanic that kind of leads into Daybreak, or vice versa. They like the other one, don't like this one. But Daybreak, it was basically a cooldown that you had that would snap all of those glimmers, make them do an instant pop of healing or damage, give you mana back per each target that you snapped, and then your next three Holy Shocks would just hammer. They would hit 3 times back to back, and that was the coolest part, in my opinion, of this spell. Well, what are they doing? Finally, let's get rid of this crap because they've gotten it out of the game. They've basically turned that power redistribution on its head, brought back the identity of the shock healer that is Holy Paladin, revived a spell, a spender spell that you have to ramp up to cast in Word of Glory, and gave it its power back. Same with Light of Dawn, but probably not to the same extent. But they've basically flipped all those changes on their head and given us, the players, what we want. So Holy Shock now will do more healing because it's not going to have to share its tuning with that hot effect of Glimmer. You all of the healing that Holy Shock does is its upfront spot shock healing. Same with Word of Glory, it got buffed. It didn't do the same thing that Glimmer did, but it got buffed to give this identity back and to kind of bring power back into the spender spells. So what we're going to be showcasing today is, once again, Lightsmith Paladin. It is so sick. We're going to be giving shields, giving swords to our allies. The damage that they do will just amp up our damage because our sword just is so crazy. We're going to be feeling safer. Our tank's going to feel safer if we can give them a shield. We can also combine that with sack just to make them feel unkillable, basically. But on top of all that, the thing that I want to showcase the most in this video is Holy Shock, is Word of Glory, and show you guys that it's back. They crank. They absolutely crank. I can show you on my last dungeon's overall meters. Word of Glory, what year is it? It's the top heal, Holy Shock #2. So yeah, what's this build? We're going to be playing around things like Awestruck and things like Divine Glimpse and even Power of the Silver Hand to boost the healing of that very powerful Holy Shock healing that we're doing. And then we're also going to be trying to cycle those holy shocks by playing talents like Glorious Dawn, which just basically says that we can basically not put holy shock on cooldown if we cast it. And then things like Imbued Infusions, which if we play around it, we can shave some time off of that holy shock cooldown. Now, all of this kind of feeds more healing into Word of Glory, the other thing that is seeing more tuning and more adjustments lately and bringing it back into relevancy because of our tier set. So our 2-set, Holy Shock, just does more healing. Very cool. It's also a reduced cooldown. We can cast it more often in a dungeon. Spot heal our allies like a machine gun. We're just going to be shooting them. And then also our 4-set says that every time that we Holy Shock, we're going to gain a stack. And then the next time that we cast Word of Glory, our Shock Heal Spender spell, it's going to do more healing. It stacks up to 4 times, so we can basically get this up to 30% more healing. It's a ton of fun. This is the Holy Paladin that I personally wish that I played back in Shadowlands. I'm so happy to see it back, and I'm excited to show you guys just how it plays. Let's get into the key. All right, I am so excited to play this new Holy Paladin. I've done a couple keys, but I'm excited to show you guys. We're doing Siege of Borealis, I think, Borealis. And we're playing the new Holy Paladin. The shock heals are back. It's so much fun. And one thing that I forgot to cover in the intro is a talent that we play around quite a lot, which is whenever we Crusader Strike, it's going to shave time off of our Judgment and Holy Shock cooldowns, which is incredibly important. Those are some of our biggest rotational abilities. And yeah, shaving time off of those is so important, and it comes at like little to no cost. We just hold Crusader Strike for like a second, which is like one of our worst spells. Ooh, I have not done this route yet. Dropping down, interesting. But you see here, like our Holy Shocks, they hit 3 times still. That's the one thing that I miss most about Daybreak, or that I enjoyed most about Daybreak. That's a tragic death that we just witnessed. But our Holy Shocks can still hit 3 times, but it's after we press Avenging Wrath or our hammer. Oh my god, Light's Hammer? What is this thing called? Divine Toll. Oh my goodness. So you still get that effect. It's still in the kit. People love that effect. I personally loved that effect. It's just tied to a different source now. We have to re-beacon apparently. Let me just re-beacon this guy. Alright, let's pop Aura Mastery. We still haven't put a weapon on someone. I'm trying to wait and decide who I put it on. You see there, so we just Divine Told, so I'm going to Holy Shock. It still hits 3 people, and I think you get 2. Yeah, 2 per use of it. But you see here already, our healing is still insane. And look at the main sources. Word of Glory, Holy Shock. Now, Holy Shock's not going to top people up to full. It's just not. It's a builder, not a spender. But Word of Glory, you see, Word of Glory is chunking. It is chunking. It feels so good now. And having this cycle of spells where we do everything and then we Crusader Strike next, it just feels so nice because you're cycling those Holy Shocks, which is generating more holy power, and it's causing your spenders now just have an effect. It feels like they're not wasted spells, wasted globals. It feels really good. Let's actually use a weapon. I think we've figured out we can do it on the DK because he's stacking haste. I know the Elemental Shaman's doing more damage, but we can start using our weapons now. I don't know why I was waiting so long to do it. Let's Holy Shock, Word of Glory, Judgment, Crusader Strike, get that cooldown back. Oh yeah, we're rolling. We are so rolling. I don't know, guys. Look, I know I'm the Mistweaver guy, but I'm going to be putting in some serious time on Holy Paladin if it's this much fun, if it makes it to live, like if it makes it out of the beta like this. I mean, y'all can expect to see at least me alting this, especially if my guild needs a Holy Paladin next tier for raid. Yeah, you can place some bets that I'm going to be playing Holy Paladin, but like I said, that's all after Mistweaver. I'm definitely playing Mistweaver. Yeah, I mean, God, it just feels so good. Something so satisfying about that shock healing effect. Like, yes, Glimmer will be missed by some. It will be missed. Daybreak was really cool, but there's nothing more satisfying than pointing and clicking a health bar and then just watching it chunk up. it's just satisfying. It's one of the reasons why I love playing. I guess we could get ready to weapon someone, but it's one of the reasons why I love playing Holy Priest is because of holy words. Oh gosh, I just came back from vacation. I haven't even thought about this game in days. Holy Word Serenity. Pretty sure that's it. Let's go ahead and weapon up this guy. He's kind of popping off. Oh goodness, we need to pop a cooldown. We can maybe hold on to Divine Toll here. Because, yeah, our Holy Shocks just crank. Those triple hits. Yes, the triple hits were really nice from Daybreak of your Holy Shocks. But having them do more healing is just, oh man, it's just so nice. And every time we Holy Shock, we're stacking up more healing on top of our next Word of Glory. So just like, God, those two spells bouncing off each other and then creating a whole new playstyle, which is basically their old playstyle. It's just a ton of fun. It's a ton of fun. It's a unique identity. Okay, I can stop talking about it at this point. We can just get to the gameplay. So this is one of the dungeons that I haven't done a whole lot of, admittedly. So you guys are probably seeing I'm trying to stop some of these brackish bolt kicks. I'm trying to stun some people, but I'm still getting hit by like things that I probably shouldn't get hit by, which is fine. We have plenty of time to learn the mechanics of these dungeons. Oh, and also, I know I'm trying to showcase all of these healers in Mist of Tyranid Scythe or in Necrotic Wake, but I figured since we've already showcased, I'm not really trying to showcase the hero talent tree as much as I'm trying to showcase just a new reworked Holy Paladin. It's like a mini rework. I guess I shouldn't throw that term around, especially because my shaman friends are probably waiting on a video. Which, by the way, my plan was to release the shaman video first, despite me being like so excited about the this Holy Paladin rework. But Resto Shaman is pretty buggy, honestly, in the beta. Very buggy. Like a lot of the new things, the new changes are just like not working as intended. Let's Aura Mastery. We can sack that guy. We can weapon up our shaman that's going crazy. And just spot healing people that take damage. That's the beauty of this spec. It's funny too, because like, you know, I started when I was playing in Shadowlands, I was playing Resto Druid. And then I swapped to Mistweaver, so I never really played Holy Paladin when it was in this state. So it's nice to be able to play Holy Paladin when it's this like shock healing monster, because I feel like I missed out on like a really good period of Holy Paladin, and now I'm getting that. So that's part of the reason why I'm so excited. Also, I know as a DPS player, because even in all this time, I still dabble in some DPS. Every time you have a Holy Paladin on your team, you just feel safer, even if they do less healing. And it's partly because of shock healing. Like, your health goes low, you bounce right back up with shock healing. And those sounds, like the very loud sounds of Holy Shock, just, I don't know, something about it just makes me feel comforted as a DPS player. So I'm glad to have all that back. Even if it is just like, that's probably the most personal statement I've ever some of y'all are not relating at all. That's fine. That's fine. But I've said it in almost every beta video so far. I am so excited for this dungeon pool. Look at that, 1.7 million healing from that Word of Glory. What's our health pool at? Where can I see it? 3. Okay, so that's about half of our health bar with a Word of Glory. Insane. That's about where it should be. It shouldn't be any stronger, shouldn't be any weaker. I think they've really like solved the Word of Glory problem. But like I said, this is beta. Things are subject to change. I'm probably way off. There's probably going to be way more tunings. So don't quote me on that, or don't that's not a final statement, basically. All right, I need to be using divine armaments way more. Let's go ahead and use it here before I forget. Just, I've not been pressing my hero talent tree buttons. Let's see how many procs we can get. So there's one proc. See those 180,000 DPS? Those are the procs. That 200,000 was my hammer, though. I guess with Glimmer, I don't really know how the proc rate's going to be affected. Because Glimmer, I'm pretty sure every time that you, like, would proc Glimmer, maybe it had a chance to proc your Holy Armaments, but I doubt that's the case. I don't think you're going to proc your weapon more often, or less often now that it's changed. Even if so, I think that's a trade I'm very willing to make. Let's go ahead and shield up this guy so that we can cycle back to our weapon. And then on this next pull, we're going to weapon up someone. I think so Kaneko, this shaman is doing crazy damage, but I'm pretty sure our DK will proc it more often, which is a really weird thing about this this hero talent. You just want to put it on who will proc it more often. We're going to Aura Mastery here. Dang, okay, I was really trying to save the tanks. They went a little buck wild. But yeah, that one was probably unsavable. Maybe we can kite a bit. I doubt it, though. Man, our tank just went in there. I can't find the shaman. I'm trying to heal the shaman, but I can't find him. So far, I would have loved to be able to, like, B-res the tank, but we're kind of recovering. Just from kiting. We're mitigating so much damage by just being out of range of it, you know? Let's stand here. I do think a lot of people, one of the big reasons why people are not excited to play, let's pop a defensive here. Why people are not excited to play Holy Paladin is the caster aspect of it. And as someone who plays Mistweaver, trust me, I get it. Having it feel like there's two completely separate identities in the same spec, just like fighting for which one's better, more viable. It just feels weird. It's like, why not just devote all of your attention to one playstyle, really? And it's not even that. It's not even like two playstyles, because different specs, depending on how you talent into it, you can talent them to play around different spells. Like, I don't know, for example, Chain Lightning versus like Lava Burst, if you wanted to go like two separate builds. But it's not even that. It's that the caster spells, like some of these spells, like the way that you power up your Flash of Lights and Holy Lights, all the different talents that power those up, it breaks up the immersion, the playstyle of like just like Holy Paladin. Because in Holy Paladin, I'm trying to generate holy power by casting my melee hits like Judgment, which I guess is, you know, is semi-melee, but whoa, tank. Had to lay on hands the tank. But I'm trying to stand in melee and to get full value out of my spec. But then you want me to like stop and cast spells? It's like, it just feels so weird. It's something that it's the main reason why people hate these kind of talents on healers, on the melee healers, I should say, because it just breaks the playstyle up. So I do wish, like, I hope that eventually they'll hear that section of the feedback, but I'm just happy that they heard the section of the feedback that is, hey, Word of Glory sucks. Holy Shock kind of doesn't really feel impactful anymore. Could you fix those two things? And they did listen to those, but like I said, that's not the problem that people still have an issue with. And I would like to see those get looked at next. Man, we almost phased it. Pretty sure you can phase it there, right? Like skip this little ad phase. Ooh, we lost one to the swirlies. It's okay. Ankh. One of my old guild leaders, he was a shaman main, and he would always say whenever he'd use his Ankh, it was like a guild meme. He would just say shamans never die, because he would do it so quick that you'd like no one noticed that he died, and it became a meme. And it took me forever to catch on to the fact that he was dying. He was just reviving himself. I literally, I was such a noob at that time. I was like, man, shamans are really tanky, huh? They never die. I guess they're serious. But no, they were just memeing because of Ankh. Uh-oh. We got some aggro. We are going to shield ourselves, and luckily it went onto the tank. I think that's the best person. We can Divine Toll. And I think we hold on to these Holy Shocks until someone takes damage. See there, it's making me a bit laggy. Nah, we can just use them for damage. I am very excited, though, to show you guys the breakdown after this dungeon, because I don't know. I think a lot of people have lost faith in Holy Paladin and in Holy Shock and in Word of Glory and all these things. And yeah, just the removal of Glimmer and Daybreak just allowed them to redistribute that power. I'm just slipping on banana peels. But it just allowed the devs to kind of like redistribute the power back to where the players want it. It's just nice. It's just nice. We have these triple... Oh, no, I got silence. We can... Let's get rid of that before we die to it. We can triple Holy Shock into ourselves twice. We don't need Aura Mastery, but I am considering it. We're gonna save weapons for next pool. We have both our weapons up. Alright, let's get rolling. Whoa. Now we're gonna pop some cooldowns. Ooh. Oh no, a banana peel. I need to heal. Don't get hit. Okay. We were luckily able to save everyone. I guess not save everyone, keep everyone alive. But man, nothing feels better than having Holy Shock do good healing and using Crusader Strike to shave time off of not only Holy Shock's cooldown, but also Judgment's cooldown. It's so sick. I know that's been in the game, but it just feels more impactful now that that spell just does more healing. I think we need to Blinding Light these guys, slow their damage down a bit. Let's go ahead and Divine Toll, and we're going to sit on these Holy Shocks. Just a second until more people take more damage. There we go. Now I know, I'm sure someone's already commenting like, what are you doing? You're playing this so poorly. I do not think I am a perfect Holy Paladin player. And plus, this is like a slight adjustment, just relying on certain spells more. And Glimmer was a big thing to play around. Like, honestly, even me, someone who's very, you know, relatively inexperienced with the spec, it is a big adjustment. I'm trying my best, guys, what I'm trying to say. Don't fault me too much, tank. We're going to sack the tank. On Divine Toll, I guess. Maybe is there a debuff on him? There might be. That green little bubble might be a debuff on him. I have no idea. It's so hard setting up UIs in beta. Once again, I'm trying my best. Oh god. Pop it offensive. Use these Infusion of Light procs to shave some time off of our Holy Armaments. Just kill this guy. Alright. Somehow we made that out with 0 deaths. I mean, we're kind of cruising through this dungeon. We have 4 deaths. One of them was to a guy drowning, though, so we basically have 3 deaths that we as the healer could have prevented. Oh, and one was someone standing in a swirly, so I think we're doing pretty good. Even if our rotation's probably kind of wonky. But I do want to say, now that I'm back, and while we're kind of on these chill packs here, I'm back from vacation. I went to spend... my wife has like the week leading up to July 4th off from work. And I went to spend that with my family, who I just have not seen in a while. And yeah, it's just so like refreshing seeing them. It like literally like lifts my spirits so much. The older I get, which I guess I'm still relatively young, the older I get, I just realize how much I'm blessed to have such a good family. Okay, so we gotta watch out, because this guy will spawn like tidal waves that we need to dodge. And it will be so embarrassing if we get clapped by them. So I'm just going to be swiveling. Maybe I could stand... Oh, 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 wrong side. Run. Get here. Hopefully the team... Ah, the team didn't know. We can res this guy. Let's go ahead and put our weapon on someone so we're getting, like, some amount of value. Oh, no, I can't. My small brain can't handle too many things at once, guys. We can shield the tank. So yeah, I don't know why I keep lagging. I think the beta is just struggling today. But our Holy Bulwark damage is going to be a little lower than normal, and our Sacred Weapon healing is going to... Wait. Yeah, Sacred Weapon damage is going to be a little lower because I've not really been on top of either of those spells. Don't take the B-res. Don't take it. Okay. It's safe now. Let's cast it again. Make sure he gets it. He is not taking it. That's fine. These bosses, dude, this dungeon is sick. I think this was a BFA dungeon, right? I did not play in BFA, so I did not get to play this in its original time. But ever since it's been back, I'm a big fan of this dungeon. I think the final boss, though, is probably my favorite. You guys will see. It reminds me a lot of a certain movie. Tank, help. Tank! No, our tank's AFK. Tank, save us. But I'll let you guys guess. I want to see if you guys can figure it out in the comments what movie the final boss reminds me of. A certain fight from a certain movie. I'm sure it's like a well-known thing. But man, the first time I did this on beta, this final boss fight, I was like, no way. Surely they got like sued. Surely. Alright, but we're coming up on it. Super sick fight. And once again, very excited to show you guys the final. No, don't DC. Uh-oh. Someone DC'd. Also, I've mentioned a couple different beta bugs and everything. This is a great time while this guy just got DC'd to mention this is a beta. Even though this rework was just implemented, it was implemented into a beta. So don't think that this current iteration of Holy Paladin is what's going to make it into the final game. It might, but there's just no way to know. So if you're very excited about certain things that you're seeing, just take it with a grain of salt because it could very well change. Like it just could. Let's weapon up this guy. Let him go a little crazy. But this boss, we have to be on top of dispels. You'll see a little bubble debuff looking thing in the bottom left corner of people's nameplates. Like you see there, Kaneko and the tank have it. We're going to dispel the non-tank. Just because the tank is more likely to survive it. And once our dispel comes back around, we can dispel the tank. But the whole purpose of this fight is we have to take out these tentacles. They hurt. These tentacles, if they slam us, they hurt. The tank is going to be handling the cannons, or at least they always have in my testing. Then we have to free up this guy who is grabbed by another tentacle. But a lot of healing required on this fight, actually. I did not expect it to be this much of a healer fight, but man, every time I've done this one, it has been brutal. It has been brutal. Also, I've gotten a lot of feedback from you guys about different ways that I can improve these showcases. So, number one was during the talent showcase where I try to like show you guys the talents that we're running. I moved. Oh no, this guy is over there with the debuff. I don't think I'll be able to get to him. Yeah, he's just a goner. I think he's typing. But I moved my camera for that talent portion. I'm also going to try to include some timestamps in the comments. It's just this style of video where we just make like showcases kind of. It's very hard to come up with like good what are they called? Chapters. Like, it's just hard. Like, I could do the talent section and then just call the rest of the section a dungeon. But someone was saying yesterday that they wanted even more in-depth chapters. They're like, I'm not gonna watch a 30-minute gameplay video without chapters. I'm like, what do you want me to gameplay? Like each boss or something? We could use a cooldown, but I don't think we need it there. It's kind of unfortunate this guy got DC'd. Oh, I didn't even see this. Okay, now we're gonna go ahead and use the cooldown. I think we're gonna go ahead and buff the shaman as well. I mean, I could go B-res that guy, but I don't even know where they are. I guess I could run over there. Okay, we need to get these dispels out ASAP. Then Holy Light. I think we have one more tentacle side that we need to go clear. Oh no, we're in the water. No. Okay, we're gonna immune ourselves. We're gonna dispel the tank. Oh man, this fight is brutal. It's definitely tough when you're down to DPS. We need to shield our tank. Let's go ahead and buff this guy. Now that Lust is coming out, we can weapon up our... I can't even see him. Why can't I see him? Oh my god, it's so laggy too. Oh, the beta. Don't fail us. We're so close. Apparently I weaponed up the... Oh, I did weapon up the shaman, which is good. Oh no, it booped me into the swirly. Y'all see it? Like, it keeps stuttering. It keeps stuttering, and it's hard to, like, not get hit by stuff. But I'm trying. Maybe the tank can bring us back. He just has a little bit more damage to do. I think he has to get that gripping terror, and I think the boss dies after that. We have 3 B reses. Alright, so our tank did die. We're back though. I think not only did our group just not know the mechanics. Oh no, I got booped. Need to be careful about those dispels. Not only did our group not know the mechanics, but our tank said that he just didn't have the B-res on his bars. You guys see me clicking it. Like, it's beta. Everything, it's hard to think of everything that you'll need. Especially with the new UI improvements. Uh-oh. Oh, hold on. we're falling low. I have no one to throw a hammer at. But all the UI improvements, the talent screen is different too, and like your spell book looks different. I think they combined the two. So it's just a lot to get used to. Oh, goodness. Let's shield this guy. We're gonna have to throw judgment at the boss or something. Let's go ahead and ping so people know. Oh no, I didn't jump. Let's ping so people know where to go. I think last time Wilgie, this shaman didn't really know where to go. Okay, let's pocket heal this guy and let's give him our weapon as well. Need a consecration though. Our dispel's up. It's a lot to think about this fight. Because if you're in the dispel, when they get dispel, like if you're in that circle, you'll get knocked from them. So you really have to be careful about getting dispel. I think that's how I died last pool. Because I was standing in a bad spot and I got booped into one of the swirlies. Ooh. But like I said, these dungeons are very interactive. Personally, I'm excited about the dungeon pool next season. I'm going to move out. Maybe I should have dispelled him because I have my defensive ready. Let's go and pop wings just because we need those machine gun holy shocks from wings, which is sick, dude. Machine gun holy shocks from wings, since your crit rate's up, they have more of a chance to crit. Oh, it's beautiful. It makes so much sense. Let's dispel ourselves while we're alone. The shaman was far away. I think they got in the water. See, if you're in the water for too long, oh no. Oh no. If you're in the water for too long, you'll get eaten. Like this. I guess we can immune ourselves. We'll need to get B-resed. Hopefully they hit me with it. Wait for those swirlies. B-res the tank. Oh yeah, this is the true beta experience. Let's shield this guy because I think he has aggro. Can we bounce back from this? Let's Aura Mastery. I'm trying. There's just so much to do. Dispelled that guy. Got booped. Okay, we're fine. We're fine. Maybe if we can top everyone up, we can get a chance to B-res our tank. Okay, we have to B-res the tank. Sorry, Wilgie, but I'm so sorry. Oh, can we do this? Maybe. Maybe. This is a fight where if your tank's dead for a second, you're actually kind of fine. Okay, we gotta sack this guy. Let's weapon and let's shield him. Oh man, that utility of the shield is just like, yeah. It's like the most fun and most like useful hero talent that I think I've seen. Honestly, just being able to shield people, it's so good. It's so good. And if you see how much damage this thing does, it's like, oh man. Boss dead. That became a wild ride. Like so wild. I did not play perfectly, but I had a good time. Now hopefully I showcased Word of Glory and Holy Shock in all of its glory, no pun intended. Let's look at the overall stats. So healing done, this is from just the fight. Let's look at healing done overall. It looks very similar to what I showed at the beginning of the video. So Word of Glory, Holy Shock clearly at the top. Word of Glory is back. It is back, dude. It's so sick. Holy Shock is back as well. I think Holy Shock wasn't bad in its recent iteration with Glimmer because Glimmer was strong. It just made Holy Shock feel less oomphy, I guess is a weird word. But also Beacon getting some adjustments too recently. This wasn't the recent changes, but it's seen some tuning, I think. I want to say it got some adjustments. Other than that, a pretty good distribution of healing, I would say. Sacred Weapon healing, how does that heal? Anyways, yeah, you see Holy Bulwark also just cranking, and it's not, like I said, I didn't use this ability often as I could have, but when I used it, it felt very impactful. It helped our healing, helped someone stay alive, helped myself stay alive because we share that shield with someone. So yeah, Holy Paladin is looking to be very good. I've seen a lot of people saying Holy Paladin is back, and I agree. This is how Holy Paladin, this is what I think of when I think of Holy Paladin. Holy Shock, Word of Glory, I'm going to spot heal, going to snipe your healing. Oh yeah, you're going to be safe. Very few deaths other than that final boss, but up until then we felt very safe. Guys, what do you think? Are you excited to play Holy Paladin? Do you think Holy Paladin's back? Because I do, obviously, I do. And I'm looking forward to making more Holy Paladin videos in the future. Let me know what you guys want to see next. I do have a Resto Shaman video planned, but like I said, it's very buggy right now in the beta, so stay tuned for that. I know I want to get a lot of videos out on that rework as well, because it's a more intensive rework than this one. But guys, thank you so much for watching, and thank you for all of the support lately. Let's go ahead and show damage done overall. Might as well Sacred Weapon just carrying the show. Judgment, Consecration. Hey, Consecration did more damage than Divine Guidance, which to me says that I press Consecration more than I usually do. That's good. But guys, thank you so much for the support to the channel. I'm a small YouTuber. It might not seem that way because there's very few World of Warcraft YouTubers out there, but I am a very small YouTuber. So any amount of support really, really impacts me. So everyone that hits like, I really appreciate it. And everyone who's subscribed, I appreciate you as well. And guys, speaking of supporting the channel, the best way to do so is Patreon, but don't feel pressured. There are plenty of free ways to do so. But if you want to check out that Patreon, click that link down in the description. There are plenty of different tiers that you can support. Or like I said, you can just like the video, subscribe, comment, do all those YouTube algorithm things, and I will be just as grateful. So guys, thank you so much for watching this video. I'll see you guys in the next one. Until then, take care.